When I first moved to Dubai, I thought you have to live a super luxurious lifestyle, you need to buy the nicest cars or whatever. But the truth is, you can actually live a really cheap and modest lifestyle. The amount of money you spend in Dubai really and truly just depends on you. My name is Jason Crowell and I moved to Dubai about a year ago with my family of 4. We've been here for a year now and I'm gonna break down our true cost of living as of the month of February 2025. So come along with me today and let's make this happen. So let's start off with the biggest expense for most people, the house. So we currently live in a 3-bedroom villa with the Mac. And the interesting part is when we first came to Dubai, we had a 1-bedroom apartment that actually cost us more than the 3-bedroom villa. Can you imagine? So we actually had our amazing agent, Sajid, help us out and negotiate a fantastic deal for our property. Now, whether you decide to buy or rent, there's going to be different fees that you're going to be paying in Dubai for this. Now, if you're an expat, you're paying a 40% deposit on the property that you want to get. And if you're actually here as a resident, you can pay up to 20% deposit for the property that you want. If you're choosing to rent, you can pay anywhere up to 120,000 dirhams upwards, all the way up to 240 for a 3-bedroom villa, depending on the location. Obviously, the more central you are in Dubai, the more you're gonna pay. The more on the outskirts you are, the less you're gonna have to pay. This largely depends on if you wanna pay yearly, monthly, or quarterly for your property in Dubai. So now we're headed to the supermarket. We're just gonna do a quick shopping trip, so you can come along with us. So today we're gonna have a bit of a picnic. So I'm just gonna grab some strawberries. As you can see, prices for these are quite good and decent. I'm gonna grab some blueberries. In general, the supermarkets here are quite good. We usually order our stuff all the way online. Ordering online works out way better for us. We get all the stuff delivered at home since we work from home anyway. So yeah, that's like a big life hack. And we like to order from Viva, where you get better prices. So all in all, at the end of the month, we spend around £300, around 1,500 AED on food. When it comes to cars in the UAE, there's plenty of options available. We usually tend to either get a cab or we tend to do a rental. Now, there is the public transport option available for you if that's what you choose to go for. And they have these little cars that you can go ahead and get from these machines at the train stations. And then you got the gold section and then you got the normal section. These trams, these public transports tend to get really packed and really filled up. When it comes to rental, you can go ahead and get a luxury car. You can go ahead and get a normal car. It's really up to your own preference. They have every single thing available that you do want and that you do need. So my wife just got a little bit of tea. This is a carrot tea, top tea, drank by Asians. They absolutely love it. They add, I believe, black tea with some milk and some sugar in it. It smells absolutely delicious. And that actually ended up costing her 2 dirhams, which is absolutely fascinating compared to how much you end up paying in the UK. Pay around £2-3 for a little cup like this. Whereas here, 2 dirhams probably comes up to 20, 50p, something like that. I'll put a price on the screen for you. So today we are headed off to Birch Park. We've got ourselves a little rental. Petrol is really cheap here. In the UK, let's say I used to pay £120 for a full tank. Here in Dubai, for a normal sedan car, if I top up full tank, it'll probably be £50, so more than half the price. I'll put on the screen what the actual prices are for petrol, so you can go ahead and compare for yourselves. Here you got a nice little halal taxi, which are the government forms of traveling. Very good, very efficient. So definitely do recommend taking one of those if you need to. So we got the car rental for the day, and for the car rental per day we pay about 200 dirhams. So 100 dirhams for it to get delivered and picked up, and then another 100 dirhams to go around. For the month, we usually spend around 200-300 pounds per month on travel, just so we can get around. We primarily work from home, so we don't tend to travel a lot. When we do, it's either to go out on a date night or to quickly get something sorted. So in Dubai, parking is actually very, very, very easy to find. We went to the mall yesterday, and literally in the mall you got free parking. Most places you actually have free parking. When you tend to park on the side of the road, in the UK, when you go to more expensive areas, they're going to charge you at least £5 to £10 per hour. I've seen the same rates like that. Whereas here, literally around 5 dirhams per every minute that you're there, which comes to around £1. So when it comes to us eating out, going out with the family, you know, whining and dining, I actually find that luxury dining in the UAE costs way cheaper than luxury dining in the UK. I remember when I used to go out with my missus back in the days, we used to go to these fine establishments in the UK, like going to the Shard, etc. We used to come out paying at least £50 per person minimum when we go to these places. Whereas here, we can do a nice meal for around 100 dirhams, 150 dirhams, and it's a whole set menu as well. They got these things called business lunches where you literally go outside, you get like a nice package. There's one for Tel Aviv, there's one that we recently went to for Sucre. Absolutely amazing, amazing. So I think dining out here is definitely cheaper. When we go to like a normal restaurant, let's say like a typical Nando's, what we go ahead and spend is around £15 per person. And then if you want something cheap, I think McDonald's prices are the same, similar to what you get. I think that's just internationally that way. And then if you're literally just out and about and you just want to get a quick little shawarma or something, you can get that for a little 5 to 10 dirhams, maybe 15 dirhams. But that's literally £1 to £3. So yeah, I think food is definitely a lot cheaper. I think because there's lots of international people in this country and the currency generally just fluctuates based on the area they're in. If you're in a very affluent area, you're gonna get more so expensive prices, not as expensive as London. And then if you're in like a normal area, you're gonna get more so normal prices. So now we got childcare and education. Living in the UAE, one of the things that we needed the most moving from the UK was actually getting someone who could come and help us with the children. Now, having one child in the UK, it was okay. We'd send her off to nursery, everything was good. But as soon as we had our second child, we realized, okay, listen, we're not going to be able to work if we don't get some help. So living in the UAE, luckily enough, we're able to have a housekeeper who helps us with cooking, cleaning, taking care of the children. Literally every single thing we need. She's absolutely amazing, absolutely stunning. If you're watching this, we absolutely love you. Phenomenal. So at the moment, we found out our daughter has autism, so we're sending her to a specialist school. We're currently going through the enrollment process, so that's costing us not too much at the moment. I think we're just paying bits and fees at the moment, but later on as we enroll her and she actually starts going, and that's roughly going to cost us around £1,000 per month, which is up to 5,000 AD for the month. The little one is still too young to go to school or any sort of education. He's only 8 months now, so we haven't considered that for him yet. Roughly for schools here, you can expect to pay 30,000 AD all the way up to 100,000 AD for sending the children to school. Our nanny, chef, cooking, cleaning, people that come and do our garden for us. All in all, that comes up to around 2,500 dirhams per month. So lastly, we've got our final and last section left, which is going to be our bills for the house. So when it comes to the bills for the house, the bills that we tend to pay are DIWA, which is for the electricity and water in Dubai. So this is run by the government. There's a nice app, and then they send you over like a statement through email as well. Initially you pay them a deposit, and then they charge you as and when you go ahead and use these features or the water and electricity. I think for the month that comes to 750 dirhams per month. So 750, that's roughly £150 for the month. And then for our Wi-Fi, we currently use 300 dirhams for the month. So we got one of the best packages that they do have available. And then they had a little bit of a coupon going on for the first few months. Later on, that's gonna go up to 500 dirhams per month, which is up to £100. So the Wi-Fi in this country is actually quite expensive, and that, I believe, are total bills. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out to us down in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that good stuff. All right, send you much love. Catch you soon. Bye-bye.